Hey YouTube, Shukun Shobi here with a review of the Power Rangers Super Megaforce Legendary Ranger Key Packs Wave 1 for 2015. This is technically Wave 6, but these are all new assortment of Ranger Keys, new item numbers at Toys R Us and everything, so this is technically the start of a new set, hence the Wave 1, but I'll mark it appropriately in the title. So this is our first batch of 8 brand new keys that are exclusive to Toys R Us. Exclusive to Toys R Us. So don't try looking for these at Target or Walmart or anything. You won't find them. So keep checking your local Toys R Us if you're trying to hunt these down. Now, our first wave of these new 2015 keys brings us a lot of females, a lot of 6 Rangers, and just a lot of cool people in general that I'm really excited about. Our first batch of 8 includes Alien, Zeo, Turbo, Lost Galaxy, Ninja Storm, S.P.D. Mystic Force, and RPM. And the coolest thing is, just like the last wave from 2014 that featured the Green Ranger, the White Ranger, and the Silver Ranger on there, these ones feature the 6 Rangers as well. So we have Ninjor on here for the Alien Rangers, all the way to Gold Zeo, the Phantom Ranger, the Magna Defender. Then over here we got the Green Samurai, the Shadow Ranger, Solaris Knight, and the RPM Gold Ranger. So all sorts of really cool on here. We get some complete teams here. We get really close to some complete teams with these. So let's go ahead and get each of these open and take a look. Alright, so the Alien Ranger pack brings us the Yellow Alien Ranger, the White Alien Ranger, and Ninjor, which is really cool. So instead of giving us like a clear red, they actually went out of their way and gave us Ninjor, which I think is really cool. Especially given the fact that despite Ninjor being Ninja Man from Kaku Ranger and the Kaku Rangers being the Alien Rangers, they go together perfectly. But here in America, Ninjor and the Alien Rangers were never on screen at the same time. So I'm glad they kind of ignored PR continuity here and decided to stick with the Sentai a little bit to release Ninjor, and I am really thankful for that. He looks really cool. So here is the Yellow Alien Ranger. And he's pretty cool. Nothing really too crazy, but he does round out the team with white, bringing us all 5 of the Alien Rangers, which is very much appreciated. So that is definitely really cool. And here is Delphine, White Alien Ranger. Again, really cool. Got the skirt design right there. So hooray for attention to detail. Yeah, they all have the Mighty Morphin Tribal coin, which I think is a really big missed opportunity. So even if it says Mighty Morphin in the Morpher, which I am fine with, it's still a shame that their little symbol is the tribal coin. Here is Ninjor. I love this key. He looks fantastic. Got the end there. His head sculpt's great. Got the detail on his shoulders and his hips down here. It's just all in all a very nice looking key, so I'm very thankful for his existence. It took a while for Japan to get Ninja Man. He ended up being in a very late released set, so I'm really thankful they decided to go ahead and do this guy. Now, of course, these all say Mighty Morphin in the Legendary Morpher, so we're just gonna go ahead and do Ninjor. So our Zeo Pack consists of the Green Zeo Ranger, the Pink Zeo Ranger, and the Gold Zeo Ranger, giving us all 6 of our Zeo Rangers in Ranger Key form, which is really cool. I'm very thankful we have some full teams going on here. So here is Adam, who vanished from the last Zeo Key Pack and was replaced by Tanya. But he is here in this pack and ready to go. All in all, a nice looking key. And here is Cat, Zeo Ranger 1, pink. I almost said 5, that's Tommy. Tommy is not pink. That was one of the colors he hasn't been yet. The Pink Ranger was also available in the 20 key Legendary Morpher set, if you purchase that. So now you have 2 pink Zeo Rangers. And here is gold. Gold looks really nice. I like the way he ended up. I would have liked a little bit of gold here on the shoulders to represent the points of the armor, but it's a detail I can overlook. The gold's nice and shiny. The head sculpt is great. The lines for the kanji on his face are actually done very well. So I'm impressed, actually. Here is his QR code. And of course, they are all going to say Zeo in the morpher. So let's give that a shot. Alright, our Turbo Pack is actually really freaking cool with the pink Turbo Ranger, the blue Centurion, and the Phantom Ranger. It's worth noting the Phantom Ranger actually never got a Japanese key release. He was pretty much a one-off character in Car Ranger. I think he might have been in maybe 1 or 2 episodes. I haven't seen Car Ranger, so I'm not 100% sure on that. But he was a pretty minor character. We gave him a much bigger role in Power Rangers Turbo, and as such, we decided to make a key of him. He did well in Morphin Madness as well. So this includes the pink Ranger, which is fine, but if you bought the 20 key pack, you already have a pink Turbo Ranger. So if this was yellow and you bought the 20 Ranger key pack, you'd have a full team of Turbo right now. But unfortunately, they decided to repeat pink, and thus we are still a yellow short of having a full team of Turbo Rangers, which is very disappointing. We're so close yet so far away. But here is pink Turbo. Still a great key, nonetheless. Here's our QR code. Now bumping over to Blue Centurion, I'm really thankful they made a key for him. I've always really liked the Blue Centurion. He's kind of cool in his own little space robo-copy sort of way. And they did a pretty good job on him. For how robotic his suit actually is, they did a pretty decent job of trying to get as many basic details as they could into the key. The head sculpt, however, is actually done very well. I really dig his head sculpt. So there is his QR code. And now we'll bump along to the Phantom Ranger. They did a great job on him. He's got all of his little panel lines from his suit, which is kind of a very kind of armored motocross sort of design, so to speak. And again, his helmet is done really well. So overall, a great rendition for the Phantom Ranger. Here is his QR code. And of course, these all say Turbo in the morpher. So while we started off really strong, here in the middle is where things get really shaky. The Lost Galaxy pack includes a translucent Green Ranger, the Yellow Ranger, and the Magna Defender. So it's really unfortunate. We are a pink Lost Galaxy Ranger away from completing this team. If he didn't exist and was replaced with pink, we'd be done. But for whatever reason, we didn't get our pink Ranger. Instead, we got a translucent green, which is still cool looking. I give him that. I do like the translucent keys for just kind of looking really neat. But he really has no reason to be here instead of pink. So this pack is probably my least favorite of the set of 8, just because it was so close to hitting the mark, and it just kind of failed miserably. But yellow is here, no skirt, because yellow was a dude in Japan, and then I just dropped him, her. But we made it Maya in Lost Galaxy, which is slightly ironic. But really cool head design, and a really great job on the key nonetheless. So we are a pink away from being done with Lost Galaxy. So close, yet so far. Here is the Magna Defender key. He is really great. Again, head sculpt is pretty top-notch on that. His visor looks a little crooked on mine, but that might just be me. Chest design is pretty cool, too. They did a pretty neat job on him. There is his QR code. And, of course, it's time to morph into Lost Galaxy. Alright, for fans of Ninja Storm, rejoice because your team is complete. The Ninja Storm set brings us the Crimson Thunder Ninja Storm Ranger, the Navy Thunder Ninja Storm Ranger, and the Green Samurai Ninja Storm Ranger. All of which are very, very cool. So here is Crimson, looking pretty cool. He's a darker red than all of the other reds, so they managed to pull that off well. His chest designs right here, head sculpt is great. Everything is pretty much top-notch on him. Here's the QR code, again printed a darker red, which is pretty neat. Moving along to Navy. Navy is a little bit darker of a blue compared to the other keys. For instance, here's Ninjor. He's about the same shade as Ninjor. So he's got that going for him. Stag Beetle design to him, very cool. Here is the QR code for him. Really neat. So we have our two Thunder Rangers. And then bounce along to the first Green Samurai Ranger. Move over, Mike. Cam is really cool. They got the silver on his arms. His gold vest thing looks really cool. The visor on his helmet is done really well. So a great key. You may be thinking his color looks really weird, but in most of the Sentai footage from Hurricaneger, this is a pretty Dead Ringer color to how he was in that footage. So while most of the Bandai America merchandising makes him out to be green as green can be, he's actually more of this sort of teal color. So it's actually quite a bit accurate. So a really great key pack overall for here. We did complete a team, and that is always great. Alright, moving along to my personal favorite season. The SPD set is pretty neat. We are still a yellow away, plus maybe Cat and like Boom and the A-Squad Rangers. And SPD is a really complicated season when it comes to trying to figure out what the team is. But we're a yellow away from completing the core team. So we are really close, really close here. So this includes the Pink Ranger, Omega Ranger, and Shadow Ranger. Shadow Ranger is one of, if not my favorite Power Ranger suit design. So I'm really glad we ended up getting a key of him. But here is Pink. Her number is outlined. Kind of looks more like a 9 from some angles, but that's fine. Head sculpt is pretty nice as well. Here's her QR code. Right there. And Omega is done very well. The head sculpt's great. I love his design through here. It's all gold and outlined in black. Very nice. Pretty solid sculpt and design over here. Here's his QR code. And the star of the set, good old Doggy Kruger, Shadow Ranger. The 100 right there. He's this nice sort of light blue color that is a pretty accurate to what it is on the show, and pretty accurate to what the Japanese key was like too. Head sculpt is great. I mostly like the paint job on this one though. They did a pretty good job on there. There is his QR code. And of course, it's time to SPD. Mystic Force is one of my favorite seasons, and I have to say this is my favorite key pack of the bunch. The combination of people here, I think, is really incredible to release a key set of, and I really dig it. This set includes Solaris Knight, our official 6 Ranger, Udana, our unofficial 6 Ranger, because he's technically the first Ranger, and Wolf Warrior. Surprisingly, he was in Morphin Madness, so I kind of figured he might get a key along the way. And sure enough, he did in this set. When pictures first went up, I was really confused. I was like, is it going to be a clear red? Is it going to be a normal red? Sparkly red? What is it? Turns out our red was Wolf Warrior, and that is just really freaking cool. Wolf Warrior is by far one of my favorite Power Ranger designs ever. He's not really a Ranger, but say what you will, the design is just really freaking cool. So this is, it's a great key. A lot of the details missing, obviously, because he is very armor heavy. But they got all the core color details there. And head sculpt is still great, too. If they would have managed to outline his visor in gold, that would have pretty much just nailed it for me. He is a very similar, if not exact, color as the Crimson Thunder Ninja Storm Ranger. So there's his QR code. Just the fact that we got one of him, I think, is just really cool. Same applies for Udana. I was really expecting her to get the shaft, but again, with Morphin Madness, with her appearing in that, I was pretty certain we would end up seeing her in some fashion. Head sculpt is ace. The White Mystic Ranger has a very unique head sculpt to her helmet, and they captured it really nice here, and a pretty simple armor design on her. But again, just the fact that we ended up getting her released, I think is really cool. And here is Solaris Knight. Very gold. I love our American Ranger keys, simply for the gold and silver, that are very nicely painted. Gold and silver compared to the Japanese Ranger keys that were basically a mustard yellow and a gray for gold and silver. So I'm really thankful that we were able to get these fully painted gold keys that just look really cool. Again, head sculpt is great, and they do the armor pretty well for being a flat surface. Here is the QR code for him. And so while we still need blue and pink to round off Mystic Force, I am gladly sacrifice them to make sure that we get these two right here, because they are very important characters to me, and I'm really glad that we ended up getting a key release. So anyway, let's go ahead and hear their sound. And finally, we conclude the look at these Ranger keys with the RPM set, which brings us the Green Ranger, the Gold Ranger, and the Silver Ranger, or rather Ranger Operator Series, Green, Gold, and Silver. So we are still a black away from completing the RPM team, but hopefully we'll see him along the horizon at some point. Here is good old Ziggy, one of my favorite Rangers. I love Ziggy, he's great. Got the 4 design on the chest, pretty nice, and the head sculpted detailing is pretty good as well. There is his QR code. Finally, we have Gemma. Again, the silver is very nice on these, the Bandai America Ranger keys. Very nice, shiny Bandai trademark silver. That is just really, really nice to look at on display. Here is her QR code. And the head sculpt is pretty great as well. And then finally wrapping up with Gem. The same really beautiful gold that Solaris Knight has. I really dig it. Again, head sculpt and paint is great on these. There's a QR code for him. I'm just picturing the fusion key for Bandai America, and the gold and the silver together would just murder me. I would really love that. So here's hoping for another RPM set with the fusion key black and something else. Dr. K, I don't really care as long as we get a fusion key, because that would just look really, really nice. So let's wrap this up with the RPM transformation. Of course, sans the transparent Lost Galaxy green, all of these keys are brand new and have never been seen in the scanner app before, so we'll go ahead and take a look at those one by one. If you don't care about the scanner app details, let's go ahead and skip down to the end of the review with that annotation right there, but onward with the scanner app.
It's morphin' time! Mighty Morphin. Yellow. Mighty Morphin.
I can't get the blue Centurion to scan. It just keeps doing that. Same thing with Phantom. I don't know.
Lost Galaxy. Yellow.
Magnet Defender does it too.
Ninja Storm. Ninja Storm. Ninja Storm. Green. S.P.D. Pink. S.P.D. S.P.D.
Wolf Warrior doesn't work either. Neither does the White Mystic Ranger.
Mystic Force. RPM. Green. RPM. Silver. RPM. Gold.
So these 5 right here don't work on the Key Scanner app as of right now. It just received an update, so I have no idea why it wouldn't work. But it's unfortunate that the 5 that I really wanted to see the pictures and transformations for weren't in there. So overall, this first set of 8 new keys is fantastic. I love the boxes with the 6 Rangers on them. They really pop in the store. They're really easy to notice, and I really, really like them. They just, the packages themselves look really nice. The contents of each of these packs is ace. There's a couple hiccups along the way, like the transparent green that just didn't need to exist, or the fact that we got a second pink turbo that could have easily been yellow and completed that team. So there is 2 teams here that could have been complete if it wasn't for these little hiccups. But hopefully we still find some way to release those missing keys, be it in more packs or an exclusive set or something. Just long as we complete them. Having one missing person to complete these teams is really, really annoying to my brain. But at $7.99 a pop, they are not bad at all. Again, these are Toys R Us exclusive and are just hitting. So if they're not in your area yet, keep searching. They should be everywhere pretty soon, probably by the end of next week, I'd hope. So overall, great picks. I can't wait to see what else the line has in store, if they're going to go beyond the upcoming ones that we know of as of right now. Hopefully, by the end of 2015, we have full sets of teams for all of the Rangers. That is my dream, and let's hope that we can get there. So we'll just patiently wait for the next group of keys to hit Toys R Us, and see what teams we can complete then. So thanks for watching, take care, and have a great one. Bye.